One of the most important aspects of racing is confidence. But I think confidence is often misunderstood in sim racing. When someone says they are confident, we usually imagine someone who goes for dive bombs, takes a lot of risks, and probably gets into a lot of contact. And when we tell ourselves, I need to be more confident, what we usually mean is be more aggressive, defend more, go for moves more. But when you really break it down, just trust yourself, be confident doesn't really explain that much. Confidence is trusting your ability to perform the task at hand, and that comes from practice.
We talking about practice.
But how you practice determines how confident you feel. If you only practice hot lapping, you become very confident in following the racing line lap after lap. And that's why, during the race, we feel most comfortable when race settles down and we have a relatively clear track in front of us. It feels familiar, it feels like a safe space. But the moment there's a car in front, behind, or next to us, we leave that safe space, and suddenly that confidence we had disappears. So the question is, how do we practice these racing situations without relying on trial and error in actual races, which often leads to collisions? That's where imagination comes in. Mental imagery is basically creating a detailed experience in your mind. You try to involve as many senses possible, visualizing the car, hearing the engine, looking at the track and braking points, the bumps, the shifts. You can practice this by closing your eyes and imagining a lap. Just try to be simple at the start, where you brake, where you turn, where the car moves. And once you can do a lap from a memory, you can start practicing race situations. For example, imagine going side by side into turn 1 at Spa. If you're on the inside, where do you brake now? And when do you get back on the throttle? Now imagine both cars' trajectories through that corner. Would you rather be on inside or outside since you are heading into Eau Rouge? And when you find yourself in that situation on track, it will feel more familiar. Even you never physically done it before, you already seen it in your head. And that's where the confidence comes from. Not being aggressive, but from being prepared. Mental imagery is one of the most effective ways to build that preparation. Yes, racing more and more will expose you those situations naturally, but that takes time and often comes with mistakes and collisions. Mental imagery does not replace a real experience, but it helps you to prepare faster. It gives you a way to explore what-if scenarios without the cost. So when these moments actually happen, you are not reacting for the first time. You already have an idea and a plan of what to do.
Nobody panics when things go according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying.
And that's why you will feel more confident. Like Kobe Bryant said,
the confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done thousands of times before, right? So when I'm prepared, I know what I'm capable of doing, I know what I'm comfortable doing, and I know what I'm not comfortable doing. Right? And so in those moments, if it looks like I'm ice cold or not nervous, it's because I've done it thousands of times before. So it's one more time.
And I think that applies directly to sim racing. Confidence is not about taking more risks. I think it's about prepared for the moment when you need to act.